So, two of our agents had breached the underwater chamber containing the North Korean flesh interface and found nothing but several humpback whales. Now this was a head-scratcher. We knew it was a flesh interface because it was receiving information-rich rays coming from outer space. Yet, how could it be taking the form of humpback whales? All previous interfaces had taken on a decidedly less conventional form. Well, our agents decided to get a closer look. There were 3 whales, 2 adults and a calf. They appeared normal in every respect, though it was difficult to get a close look at them. They seemed to be in quite a bit of distress, though the agents were not biologists and had a limited understanding of what whale distress looks like. The agents noticed some very loud, low-frequency percussive sounds coming from the bottom of the chamber, which was entirely hidden in darkness. So they headed towards the bottom, a distance of several stories. There they shined their lights around and made a fairly alarming discovery. Bones. Enormous, curving rib bones and jaw bones and vertebrae. They were, apparently, whale bones. They also noticed a large circular gate on the floor of the chamber, which was closed at the time. At this point, one of the agents began to panic. He had come to the conclusion that the whales were not the interface itself, but were merely food for the interface, which was perhaps being held in another chamber below this one. There were some problems with this theory. Why use whales, a fairly rare and very difficult animal to corral, when they could just use a large amount of smaller fish? Well, it's all just speculation. The agents quickly swam out of the chamber and never found out what was behind the gate, if anything. Later, they gave us some very valuable information on the facility's information processing capabilities, which were staggering and quite appalling to imagine in the hands of a regime such as the DPRK. Since there was no incident zone and segmentation wasn't an issue, we were able to solve the problem quite neatly by releasing a nerve agent into the water chamber. The cosmic ray download stopped shortly thereafter, indicating success, though it did result in the loss of both agents, and a major loss of life at the facility overall. Anyways, that was our first encounter with an MBIS, Massive Biological Information System, and a near encounter with what we could later come to call a skin ship. Its destruction has allowed for the continued validity of prime number-based encryption systems, though some of the secrets uncovered by the DPRK during that time have forced us into the unpleasant position of supporting the regime. Blackmail, basically.